So there's a book written by George W. Bush and George H.W. Bush, so father and son, and they're going to be touching in this book on the election that just happened, and we're going to read into some of the comments. And one of the main things that happened is George Bush Sr. called or H.W. Bush, as I call him instead, called Trump a, quote, blowhard and voted for Hillary Clinton. So yes, George H.W. Bush, who was not only the president for 4 years, but also the vice president to Reagan for 8 years, had voted for Hillary Clinton. Now, here's what this article from BBC says. It says, his son, George W. Bush, said he worries that, quote, I will be the last Republican president, even though President Trump is a Republican. This guy doesn't know what it means to be president, the younger man said. The pair's comments come from a new book titled The Last Republicans. Here's what it says, quote, blowhard is a casual term for a person who is boastful or blustering. Quote, I don't like him. I don't know much about him, but I know he's a blowhard, and I'm not too excited about him being a leader. He also told the author of the book, Mark Updegrove, that he felt Mr. Trump ran for the presidency because he had, quote, a certain ego. And George Bush added to his remarks as well. And, you know, voting for Hillary Clinton is interesting. So George H.W. Bush voted for Hillary Clinton, but George W. instead decided to just leave the presidential ballot blank instead of voting for either of them. Now, here's the thing, right? So calling Trump a blowhard is correct, right? And saying that, you know, they may be the last Republicans is kind of, you know, in a way you could look at it as good, honestly. So we have to really look, you know, we'll have to examine the full Trump presidency. But if they're, you know, because some people, okay, so here's the thing, okay, Trump is a blowhard, he's an idiot, he's a buffoon, he's a horrible president, he's doing terrible tax reform, he's trying to repeal Obamacare, he's escalating tensions with North Korea, and he's being a war hawk in other areas like Syria and different places like that. So he's a horrific president by all means. But George W. Bush had done the Iraq War, which has 1 million civilians dead and uncounted, you know, trillions of dollars of debt. So if that's your term of Republican, I don't fucks with it. Like, fuck out of here. I don't like it. Get out. Like, I hate you. Like, compared to what Trump is right now, without the Iraq War, Trump is better. Seriously. If you show, and again, we had to wait for the full presidency because then we can match it up fairly, but this is the thing. So both at the same time, you can say, yeah, Trump's a blowhard, he's an idiot, he's a jackass, and also say that George W. Bush is a horrible president, and we don't want any more of those Republicans. Support independent progressive media by leaving a subscription down below, leave a like and share the video, help us out on Patreon, or you can donate in other ways. Links are in the description down below. We are fighting Trump tooth and nail, and we will continue to do so with your help.